Welcome to Wine Enthusiast IGTV series, The Rich History and Wines of Cariñena. This IGTV series is produced by Wine Enthusiast and brought to you by Grandes Vinos. My name is Lauren Mowery. I'm a contributing editor of Wine Enthusiast, and I'll be your host for this series. Each week this month, we'll bring you a different perspective on the wines of Cariñena, from its history, terroir, grapes, to food and culture. Cariñena is the only place in the world where a village, a denomination of origin, and a grape share a name. In other words, Cariñena, as this red grape is known internationally, originated in Cariñena, in the region of Cariñena, Spain. But Cariñena isn't the only important grape of Cariñena. Garnacha, or Grenache, also thrives in the soil and climate of this arid, sunny region. Indeed, there's much to know and love about Grenache. Though Grenache is recognized worldwide for the quality of its wines and has spread to the furthest corners of global vineyards, this fragrant, ruby-hued wine did indeed originate in Cariñena. In fact, Grenache is the region's most important grape, both in value and volume, comprising at least 55% of Cariñena's vineyard area. There are a few characteristics to know about Grenache. The grape has thin skins and ripens late, making it ideal for warm climates like Cariñena's. In the glass, Grenache has a beautiful translucent red hue, often tinged a lovely briar rose pink. It's those thin skins that lend the wine its transparency. On the nose, piquant spice and juicy berry flavors, think muddled strawberry, invite you for a sip. On the palate, expect richness tempered by moderate acidity and alcohol, a result of the high elevation mountain vineyards found throughout the region. Grenache comes in many styles, though dry reds are most common. The grape plays a role in regional red blends as well as dry, fruity rosés. Bush vine Grenache plantings stretch back decades as the variety is capable of living to a ripe old age. These wizened vines produce wines of great concentration, richness and complexity, and are a cultural and agronomic treasure of Cariñena. Of course, there's much to know and love about Cariñena or Cariñena, the grape, too. Like Grenache, Cariñena ripens late, making it perfectly suited to Cariñena's climate. However, the grape's thick black skins, which inform its color, tannins, and taste, serve as a perfect counterpart to the lighter qualities of Grenache. Expect big tannins, fresh acidity, and deep opaque color in the glass. It is those traits that make Cariñena an excellent blending partner to wines with aroma and flavor, but lacking in body and color. As a dry red varietal wine, Cariñena exhibits dark black fruits like blackberry, licorice, pepper spice, as well as accents of herbs and earthy underbrush. Cariñena has the capacity to live many decades. Grapes from old bush vines are prized for their concentration and expressiveness. There's growing recognition for Cariñena as a high-quality varietal wine, with producers around the world striving to mimic the styles found in Cariñena. Of course, they only need look to the gurus of the grape, Grandes Vinos. This winery in Cariñena has been producing varietal Cariñena for decades. A great place to start is with Anayón Cariñena from the winery's premium range. Or try the singular Cariñena terracotta wine, which is aged in clay amphora as an homage to the methods of their ancestors. What makes these wines so special? Grandes Vinos winemakers have captured the essence of Cariñena by highlighting the grape's structure, acid, and fruit concentration, the pillars of a fine, age-worthy wine.
Today we're talking with Joey Tensley about the wines of Cariñena. Joey, why did you partner with Grandes Vinos to produce wines together, and what inspired you?
Well, just the whole location, what they're doing as a winery, all the terroir they have. I'm always fascinated by Grenache and Syrah and Mourvedre and Cariñena and those things, and the opportunity kind of fell in my lap. They contacted me knowing that I was doing other projects, and they invited me out to explore, and it was founded pretty much instantly from there.
Okay.
I think it's a really interesting appellation. It's very special and unique.
What can you tell us about your project in Cariñena?
The project kind of formed on me coming in and picking single parcels of a lot of older vine or whatever is just interesting and special. And then making the wine kind of in my style with their assistance and all of their information, winery, vineyard, all of that stuff. So it's really kind of making the wine for the American market. So pick it a little bit riper, trying to go for color extraction, those kind of things, and just the uniqueness of each location.
So how would you describe the wines that you made in Cariñena?
What's very unique about the area is they get really cool nights. So when you see the color of these wines, they're got a lot of color. You think, oh, it's going to be big and powerful and cloying, maybe, but no, they have great acidity. Low yields. I really like the wines because they're easy to drink, but they're also very complex. They have a lot of weight to them, but they have a lot of clean acidity to like freshen the palate.
What can you tell us about the quality to value appeal of the wines of Cariñena?
Oh, that's where they're second to none. When I travel around the world, one thing I'm always enamored by is value. The difference in the U.S. is we haven't been making wine for 700 years or whatever it is, and generations and generations and generations. Whereas in places like that, they have. So they have a lot of old plantings that are already established. And I'm always enamored by the wines that I taste from Grandes Vinos. When I ask them the price, I'm always like, wow, this thing's $15, $20. This would be a $45 wine in the U.S. So I think that they're second to none. That's what really kind of drew me there, was the value and the quality. Because the wines are really sophisticated and yummy. I really enjoy them.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Joey. And it was a pleasure speaking with you. Today I'm tasting Anayón. This is a 2017 red wine from Cariñena, made with Cariñena grapes, also called Cariñán. This wine has a deep hue, which is characteristic of the Cariñán grape. Almost opaque, though there's a bit of transparency. Otherwise, clean, clear, and bright. Let's see how it smells. This has a rich nose, indicating a kind of a luscious, ripe wine. A little bit of chocolate, raspberry jam, cherries, strawberries. Definitely in the darker fruit realm as well. Some blackberry, and some spice, and a little bit of smoke. Let's see how it tastes. This wine is rich, full-bodied, with a lot of primary fruit. There's a raspberry jam character to it. The chocolate that was on the nose, definitely some spice, licorice, slight herbal character, and some mintiness almost. Because of the rich, powerful nature of this wine, I can see it with game meats like venison, even burgers and steaks, of course, hard cheeses like aged Gouda, and truffles and mushrooms. Porcini pasta would be delicious with this.